What's up, guys? This is YeahBuoy. This is a recruitment video. I created a second fleet, Ascension number 2, and we're looking for new members. If you want to improve your aim and not be afraid to get in the cap with skilled enemies like F&D players, join ASN2. We'll help you get better and we'll teach you good strategies. The only requirement is that you stay active and have fun. Shout out to Sleepy, my teammate, in the cap with me like a boss. And notice how we're firing at the same targets. This is what teamwork looks like. In Ascension, we like to team up together and cap together and attack together so that we have a better shot at winning together. That's how we do up in Ascension. If that sounds good to you, give us a shot. We have some open spots and would love to have you on our team. Now I'm going to continue to commentate on this highlight reel and a few matches coming up next. You see that Biryani over there? That's why I reversed before coming around the corner. I wanted to make sure torpedoes weren't coming my way. And look at this Krispy Kreme coming up to help his teammate. And I'm like, no, son. Not today. Beautiful. And look at the mini map. Me and my teammates are working together. We are right next to each other, firing at the same targets, working as a team. It's how we do up in Ascension, baby. Now up next, we got a full match. I'm in a Janway, a tier 5 Pan-Asian destroyer. It's got long-range torpedoes that are extremely strong at the higher tiers. Very fun destroyer line to play. So the first thing we're gonna do is go straight ahead into the cap as soon as possible so that your team starts gaining points, because if your team gains points before the enemy team, that may just be the tiebreaker that wins you the match. So next we're gonna go straight ahead into C. No hesitation unless you have a reason to. If you don't have a reason to hesitate, you're just scared, go straight ahead. You can turn away and back out of there if you need to once you have a reason to. So this enemy Omaha detects me. So I know the enemy destroyer was not in the cap because the enemy Omaha detected me first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up here, claim the cap, claim this island too while I'm at it, because why not? Everybody wants their own island. I'm gonna put a plaque up here that says Buoy Island and wait for this enemy Omaha to come around the corner. There he is. I wasn't quite ready for him, but I know where I'm sending my torps, right behind that torpedo path, because that Omaha's gonna see those torps coming up. He's gonna expect them. He's gonna slow down, and if I had fired on that torpedo path, they would have missed. Send him right behind there. He did slow down. That's why they hit. That's why he got sunk. Yeah, baby. Now I'm gonna reverse, wait for my next torpedoes to be ready. I got 25 seconds left on these torpedoes. I'm gonna plan my next path, my next enemy. You typically do not want to fire on the cruisers in a destroyer. If you're in a destroyer, you typically don't want to fire cruisers unless you have to, or unless you have a really good opportunity to capitalize on. You want to fire at those battleships because they're much less likely to dodge your torpedoes. And what you don't want to do is YOLO and go straight up into the enemy carrier at the beginning of the match, or go around the outside of the map. Like this other destroyer over here, he just wasting his time. The game isn't out there in the middle of the ocean. The game is in here, in the island. I mean, it's in the island. The game is in here in the cap. And so check this out. You don't normally want to fire at enemy cruisers, but he was turning into these torpedoes. Perfect opportunity, and we're pretty close. So I was like, hey, why not? And here's, look, this is why. You saw how close we were. He dodged 4 of the 6 torpedoes. Only 2 hit. And that was a perfect path. He was turning into them. But then he kept turning. And he probably slowed down and kept turning to turn even faster. So he dodged those like a boss, or most of them. Not all of them. So I'm gonna wait for my next torpedo salvos to be ready. We got about 7 seconds left on these torpedoes. This time I'm gonna fire at that Fuso because I know that Omaha is he's just turning circles. He's gonna try and dodge those torps. This Fuso is just sitting still. You don't want to do that. You almost never want to sit still in a battleship because of this, because torpedoes could be coming your way. I'm gonna try and set a fire on this Omaha while I'm sending these torps at the Fuso. So I sent some torps a little in front and a little behind on the path to that Fuso, so that if he started moving forward or moving backward, they would still hit. So I hit 3 out of the 6. That's pretty good. Got a fire on the Omaha and a flooding on the Fuso. Perfect. And they're not putting it out. So we've got 7 seconds left on my torpedoes. I'm just gonna stay here. I want to stay close to this Fuso to make sure I can get another salvo torpedoes off. As soon as they're ready to go, so I want to stay close. And you don't want to turn full broadside, number one, because he can take you out in one hit. Number two, I'm launching at the tightest angle I possibly can because I don't want him to know that I fired my torps yet. If you turn full broadside to fire your torps, he's gonna be like, oh, the torps are coming. So he's gonna start turning to dodge them. But in this case, I tried to make it seem like I wasn't able to get my torps off because I just stayed at that sharp angle and I didn't show full broadside, I just kept reversing at that angle. Then he put a big hit on me and then I turned full nose ahead toward him. So that's like a little micro strategy you can use to try and make the enemies think that you haven't launched your torps even though you already have. Fire at the tightest angle possible. And don't make it obvious. Don't start turning away like right after you fire your torps. I mean, you can't always do that. That's not always a practical strategy. Look at Stormy Code coming up in here. See, I was thinking, I missed the commentary on that. I was thinking about going to get that other battleship, so you saw me start turning toward him. But then I looked and he was like, oh, really low health. So I was like, I'll go for the carrier. But Stormy Code already got there like a boss. And look at this. Ascension on top, baby, like usual. What's up? If you want to be on top with us, you want to get good, join ASN2. We will help you improve. I'm going to show a couple more highlights real quick. After this, look at this. We got, 9 spots in Ascension number 2. And actually, since I made that video, we have leveled up our fleet. We can hold 35 members now. So we got a little bit more spots now. 14 spots. Actually, 13 spots as far as I know, because we've gained another member since I made this. And so this is the straight map. I'm going to teach you strategy. I actually made a whole video on this map already where I teach the proper strategy. Let's talk about something a little different. When you spawn in a battleship and you're on this right side, aim your main guns to the right and head toward B, in between A and B. Not like that Texas that was headed to the right of A. Never go to the right of A. Never, never. I don't care what ship you're in. Never go to the right of A. Not if you're a destroyer. Not if you're a cruiser or a battleship or an aircraft carrier. Never go to the right of A. You're so far away from the battle because as soon as you finish taking out the ships at A, then what? Then what? Then you head to B. And you're literally the furthest away from B that you could possibly be. Look at that armpit stain right there. I'm working hard. You gotta own it like a boss. So we're gonna go into B. Look at this. I'm like, capture A, B. Bosun in Argon F is like, negative, we're not going into B. We already killed everyone in A. We're gonna stay in A. Target penetrated. Get into B. We got teammates in B. Go support them. Get your butt in there. I mean your hole. Sorry. Get your hole in there. H-U-L-L. Hole. Not hole. Hole. Like a ship. A ship. H-U-L-L. Keeping it G-rated in here. What's up? And notice how Sleepy was in here. If you watch where Sleepy went at the beginning of the match, Sleepy went straight from in front of C straight to B, like he should, because his side spawned with three teammates. That meant there were 4 enemies spawned on the other side of C, on his side, on our side. And since I spawned in front of A, and there were four friendly ships, that meant there were 3 enemies on the other side. That's why my side always goes to A, and the other side is supposed to go to B. That way we can team up. It'll be 7 versus 3. You see, if the 3... Look at this destroyer coming up. I switched to HE rounds because you want to switch to HE rounds when you're firing at destroyers and a battleship. If you're in a cruiser, keep those AP rounds equipped. There's some cruisers you can keep HE rounds equipped. Anyways, the 3 on my side are the three teammates on our side of the map that spawned in front of C. If they had came over to A, that would have been 7 of us versus 3 enemies at A. We take out those 3 enemies at A, and then we all move to B together. Then it's 7 of us at B versus whichever few enemies are at B. We take them out and then go get the rest of the enemies at C. That's the best strategy. If you're in a destroyer and you spawn at C, you can go and attack enemies that are approaching C on the way to B and A, because there's an island here and an island on the other side in between A and B, in between B and C. So you don't want to go straight into C as a destroyer on this side of the map if you're on my team spawning on this side. if you're on the enemy team, you do want to go straight into C.
Enemy ship locked.
But if you're a destroyer on this map, man, the thing I see the most is destroyers on this side of the map going straight into C, and then it's immediately you're already outnumbered. It's 4 versus 3, 4 enemies versus you. You're 3 guys on your side at C. You're already outnumbered. Why would you do that? Why don't you go support your team? Team up with your teammates, make it 7 versus 3, and then come and dominate at B. Then go get C. So if you're gonna go straight into C, just go in between B and C, and then make your way into B, okay? You can attack the enemies on the way. Look at our numbers, 22 out of 30, and actually it's 35 now. We got more spots. If you want to join Ascension 2, we got open spots for you, no requirements. Just stay active and have fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want some YeahBuoy merchandise, check for a link in the description. I'll catch you guys next time.